Let's do a shed update. Anyone got a bag of sand? Ain't that how that works? Anyway, that's the Golden Idol of Fertility from a classic movie. Thought that would, in the midst of the temple. And that's actually a, I actually have a resin copy somewhere, but this is actually a bank. And I think it's a very cool prop, even for the bank, even for the price. It was very affordable. So, but I thought that would be a cool thing to have in the shed slash ark. Quick update. I basically hauled some more. I'm basically more on armor section, but I will go through it best I can. Added the big Frankie, which I think I got 2 or 3. That's the Mobius one. I don't have the Aurora one at all, but that one's got parts in it, which I'm probably going to have to, once I find the other ones, I'll be able to swap them. I assume I open one so I can change in and out. Try not to do this. Basically, I'm trying to put kits and totes that are actually assembled. I don't want to keep stacking kits. I'm real bad at that. I've done that all my life. You know, after you build a model, you kind of put it next to the boxes and everything. So I'm going to try to avoid that. I don't think I added too much figures. The Invisible Woman. One of my favorite kits, and that's an old Revell box version. Plus, it's a female kit. So anyway, added that. Of course, the reissues of the Alien, the reissues of the Strange Change. I wanted to show you all. This is Mobius's Gruesome Goodies, and that's the original Aurora Gruesome Goodies. So you have the old and the new. And I haven't even looked at the plastic, to see what's changed, or what they might have fixed or left it. I have no idea. But anyway, that's just a history right there. Thought I'd show everyone that. I did add a couple more boats. Titanic. That's an old Revell Cutty Shark, and that's in an original box, and I mean it's completely shot. But anyway, I had to go up in an estate sale. I had to go up in their attic, and I could have it if they said it was up there. So I crawled up their attic, pulled it down, and I took it home. And I still have it. I have an original Cutty Shark in an original Revell box, which is shot all to hell. But anyway, that's part of it. It's basically that, which is a smaller box compared to the bigger boxes. But anyway, there you have it. I bought a bunch of plane kits one time, and one boat kit was in it, and I kept it. This is an original monogram Voyager kit, and it's basically like a a sailing speedboat type thing, which I thought was a unique model. And you don't see stuff like that often. I always like to have the odd when I get the basically model kits. The P-38 in the back is actually a bunch of parts, space parts, shells and everything. That was given to me by a fellow modeler, and I need to basically go through it before I bury it. I added a couple more, like the X-15 there. I do like little mini models, added those, which there's like more to, and if I ever find some later on, I'll add to the pile. Added more planes, added some more 32nd scale stuff. One of my favorite Glencoe models is the blimp, and I basically paid $5 with no decals, which I don't care. I remember the old comics, the Balloon Buster, World War I type stuff, and I just like airships. I think they're just a unique, and this is it's an old model, but a very fun and unique model. More planes. I got a bunch of monogram stuff like that. I restacked most of the 72nd scale, which I'm still going up into the rafters. I had to turn around the armor section, which basically filling it. I gotta probably redo that, and I started down here, which is probably going to go over to here. I kind of grouped things kind of American and went to German, and then kind of modern, and then more recent ones that I purchased here lately, like the Dragons and the Edward Hutzers and Smart Kits and all that, more up front. And try not to bury it. I mean, some things you'll remember what you have, some things you will not. But anyway, I had to kept adding more and more and more tanks this morning. As you can see, even double stacking behind here. More soft skins. One thing I forgot I even had was a Kübelwagen ambulance. I thought that was unique. That's stuff you don't see, just a medic version of the Kübelwagen. Anyway, I still got, you guessed it, more tanks and armor and a lot more stuff to go. And I basically haven't done the resin conversion stuff yet, just basically just trying to throw it all in here. Like all the detail sets, I'm probably going to have to get some totes. I do got, I got these at shows, but 35th scale brass 50 cals. Just unique. Make your models stand out. I get a lot of, I mean, you know, basically you get stuff like for $1 at shows. You know, I just pick it up. I don't even know. Someday I may use it, someday I may not. But who knows what they, you know, I hate to pass it up, you know, for $1 for resin and all that. But anyway, added some more SF3D down to the SF3D pile. Some more Star Trek. Add some more Dragon kits. I don't think I added. Oh, yes, I did. The Star Trek pile. Let's see if I can get the light here. This box right there. That thing is full with Polar Lights, Star Trek, USS Enterprise A1350 kits. However, there's actually 2 A's and 2 NX kits in there, which I assume they're probably, I think they're buried in the back. I may have done that, but anyway, I may rearrange some of the Star Trek, get the 350s up there. If not, I probably may just stack, I guess I bought a half case of the A's and put the NXs in there, but anyway, so I'll hopefully get some more, I do have some more 350 stuff of Star Trek, which I'll probably stack on top of it. I'll put the Aurora. Aurora is going to go in a tote once I be able to have time to go to a store to go get a tote, put that in there and get that all squared away. Added a couple more Star Wars, which you never can go wrong, because, you know, what's old is new, and they're usually repainted, you know. I mean, it's endless paint jobs. Added the flying sub, and pretty much it, I think. Oh, I'll show you all some contraband here that they quit making. It's a 1/18 scale General Lee. All the big hubbub in the news here lately. I have 1/18 scale, because they did make 3 3/4 action figures, and I do have all the original ones and the original General Lee car that goes with the set, but I wanted to update their vehicle with a 1/18 scale anyway. But that's a little bit of contraband there. And I added a couple more Battlestar kits, which you never can, you know, you can never have too many Battlestars and Vipers and everything. I do have some fantasy boxes, and I really shouldn't, I don't buy many. I actually made this, and I actually took it to the hobby store and they sealed it for me, but I took the old Aurora logo, and that's the Viper from Caprica. And I nicknamed it the Mark Zero, because this is the Mark Zero, and that turned into the Mark One, and then you have the Mark Two, 3, 4, and so on and so forth. But anyway, I did an old box and just printed it out on the computer, just glued it on. They sealed it for me, and you can have this like it shows. You know, like if you got them stacked on a table and everyone's like, "Hey, that's cool, I'll buy this," and then they're like, "Man, there's nothing in it." I know it's cruel, but I do have a couple fantasy boxes. This is one of them. That's one I did. I actually have one of the Metaluna Mutant and that's somewhere. Hopefully I will, one of my trips, I will bring it in. But anyway, that is the update, because it is getting hot and I am done for the day. So that's the exciting update of filling the shed. So stay tuned for the next exciting episode.